What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Showdown. I'm your host, Rob. Sitting to the right of me is
Scott. Let's get it.
And listen, today we're going to be talking about Asta versus Yuno. We want to break down. Obviously, we did one back on episode 73, but now we are at episode 109, and a lot has happened since then. So we want to do a nice little update. Who's winning that race to the Wizard King? So make sure you guys keep it locked. Alright, so we saw a lot of great things from Asta and Yuno.
A lot of great things from Black Clover in general.
Listen, Noelle is looking. Listen, that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, let's say that. Back to the
topic
at hand.
Yeah, let's figure this out. Asta, Yuno. Who are you taking?
Who am I taking? Okay, so what we see from all the fights, from their power-ups, we've seen them go pretty much toe-to-toe, against the strongest adversary so far. Leader of the Elves, Licht.
Yes.
They did
complete
a
beast, by the
way. Did a better job than some Magic Knight captains. Wild everybody. We've seen them move at Super Saiyan speed, so it's crazy. It's crazy now.
Yeah.
They both got the same power-ups.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it's close. It's really close. Because we know watching that fight, Yuno would not have won that fight by himself. Asta would not have won that fight by himself. So we know both of them.
They didn't even win the fight. They just held them off just a little bit. But
exactly. They just did it.
I think I have an answer after everything you just stated. As much as I appreciate Asta's abilities, because we obviously seen that he acquired even a new sword that has its own abilities to absorb magic and things of that nature, and revert the effects of like any type of other magic. But I think the answer here is Yuno, and this is the reason why.
I mean, I'm not surprised at all because
what is there a problem with that?
Going into this show for almost a couple months now, I'm used to you picking the most ridiculous picks. So
Yuno is the most ridiculous pick.
If it's between the two of them, I'm not surprised.
First of all,
but, I mean, you literally just said it. You just said it.
What did I just say?
Point. Let's not forget, Asta has a new sword that can absorb magic and revert it. What?
Okay, Scott, listen. This is something you have to understand. Hold on, there's something you have to understand,
against
right?
a sword of that magnitude.
There's something you have to understand. First of all, we were seeing in the fight against Lich, right? Yeah. We were looking at that fight. Because that's the fight you brought up. We obviously want to analyze that.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yes.
Who had more control of the situation in that fight? Are you gonna tell me that Asta was not sitting, got blasted into the water, and Yuno had to face off 1v1 against Lit until Asta found it within himself to rise up out of that conversation?
I mean, you also have to take into account though that Yuno was chilling there the whole day until Patri ran the spell and reincarnated the elves. Asta was fighting the whole day. He was exhausted by the time they had to face off. He was on E.
But the elf,
he almost died already before they even happened.
Hold on. The elf power boost that Yuno got.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Yuno unlocked a mana zone ability.
Yeah.
Which gave him an opening against Lich.
Yeah, that's beast.
He is the only one so far that we have seen to find an opening against Lich. Like, nobody else has been able to do that. Not even Asta when he was in his demon form.
Why did that attack fail?
Huh?
Why did that attack fail?
Because he absorbed it.
With what?
The new sword that
Asta now has. I don't see.
So are we gonna say that Asta can use the sword at the level of a Lich?
I'm not even. You don't even have to say that. You don't even have to go that far.
What do you mean you don't have to go that far?
What attack is he gonna use? What attack is Yuno gonna use on Asta that he can't absorb with that sword?
Are you serious?
What attack?
Are you serious? So you're saying, all right? So by your statement right now, Asta is unstoppable.
I'm not saying he's unstoppable.
Because you're completely negating the fact that you have to be skillful with your sword too.
At a 51%, and I'm putting Yuno at the 49. That's what I'm going with.
just because he has a better weapon does not mean that Yuno can't find a way to get inside.
A better weapon is included in his ability.
Yes, somebody that was able to stop that attack was Lich because he's Lich. Like, I think you're not putting that connection together. Asta is not Lich level. Even if he has his sword,
not at
it
all,
doesn't matter.
We've already seen that he's learned the ability of the sword. We've already seen that he's been able to use that to take out reincarnated elves. So he has a grasp of what the sword does. You're gonna tell me he's not gonna use that in a fight against
Yuno with the elf power up.
Yeah.
Combined with him teaming up with Sylph and being joining that spirit dive technique. Combined with his ability to completely excel in mana zone, mana skin. I mean, what are we talking about here?
First of all, even with the elf powers,
all right,
I'm gonna put Yuno at like the 49. I'll set the 51, like I said before. But you also have to take into account that after this arc, Yuno was most likely gonna lose his elf powers. All right, he's gonna be beast as Yuno always is, but he's not gonna have that extra boost with the elf powers. And then what is Asta gonna? It's gonna be even worse then.
Oh boy,
it's gonna be even worse.
It's gonna be even worse.
The power disparity is gonna be even worse. The gap will be even wider.
You're ridiculous.
Yes.
You're ridiculous. Asta didn't even prove anything in that fight against Lich until the end. Because Yuno was putting in a lot more. Yuno was putting in a lot more work.
Times in like a couple hours.
Yuno was putting in a lot more work in that fight. Let's just be honest.
Yuno was fresh.
What do you mean Yuno was fresh?
Asta was fighting all day. Yuno was sitting in the room waiting for the fight to pop off.
Okay, and
then the thing switched.
And when
everybody got possessed,
and when he got freed, Klaus switched teams, right? Yeah. Because we already know he got overtaken by the elf ability. Yep. And what happened?
What?
Yuno put him in check, and then Asta came through.
At the point of that fight,
right?
Where Asta joined that fight, Asta was unconscious several times that day. He's been knocked out. Used demon form. Before we only saw him use it twice a day. That was his limit. Now he's using it as many times as he has to. Take a little nap, get back to it. He's surpassing his limits.
So are we gonna act
fighting all day by the time?
Are we gonna act like
even started?
Are we gonna just act like Mimosa wasn't there? Like nothing was just going on? And let me even add. Let me bring this even further. Let me bring this even further. Him finding an opening against Lich makes him the only person that was able to find an opening against Lich. Makes it the only one that they even thought, because you're looking at Raya, right?
Yeah.
Who literally was watching the fight.
Yeah.
And he was like, wow, like nobody really has been able to do this.
Yeah.
This puts Yuno in a whole different category than even Asta alone. And Asta was in his demon form. He was boosted up. He was ready to go.
Yeah,
that puts him in a whole different conversation.
That attack was completely ineffective because he realized it. But that also wasn't there to help. That would have been it.
But I'm saying, alright. So basically, what I'm trying to break down to you, is a lot of this will be my final point.
Okay.
Is that Asta does not have the ability to put Lich in the same situation that Yuno was able to put Lich in. Strictly because Yuno unlocked Mana Zone on top of his power up with the elves, like top of him being part of the elves bloodline, like he got a power boost and unlocked Mana Zone on top of his mana skin already being crazy. So what can you really do to really stop that? He's a young prodigy right now, and I'm not saying Asta won't get better as he grows with the sword and gets more skillful, but as of right now, he's not there yet by any means. He's not there yet.
I'm going Asta all day.
You're ridiculous, man.
Y'all gonna have to decide for us.
Listen, let us know down in the comment section below, because I really think it's Yuno. I'm a fan of Asta more than I am with Yuno, but I think Yuno right now.
I don't like Asta at all. It's Asta.
Yeah, listen. I gotta go with Yuno. You've lost it.
Yo, it might be Noelle. It's Asta. It's Asta.
Let's not go there. And with that, we're signing out.
Let's get it.